And let's not forget, we also like to watch horror movies. We do. But just not the ones that, are enough to make you cry. Like, I don't like those. I don't watch the Saw movies or things like that. I'm just not into that. I just like to be a little bit scared. Just a smidgy-widgy. Now, the horror movies that we grew up with, the 70s ones, they weren't crazy bad, but definitely they were enough to make you have some nightmares.
Honey, look this way. Do I look okay? Hey, sexy. How you doing? How you feeling?
And speaking of one that I watched when I was a kid, I probably shouldn't have watched it, but I most likely snuck and nobody knew I was watching it, but it was The Exorcist. Oh yeah. That's bringing up some memories for you right now. I can feel it. Now, I remember my family talking about The Exorcist after seeing it in the theater. And I remember there was an entire conversation about how scary the movie was. And come on, guys, there was a whole thing going on around The Exorcist. It was released in 1973 and was based on the 1971 novel written by William Peter Blatty. It became a bestseller, and William based the book on a 1949 news story about a boy who had a demon removed from him by a priest. But the author made the main character of the movie a girl, played by Linda Blair, and the change helped him to get an Academy Award for the screenplay, a Golden Globe for Best Picture and Writing, and the first ever horror film to get nominated for Best Picture. Crazy. So he was making waves. Yeah. Now, I told you guys how I vaguely remember my family having a full-fledged conversation after they saw the movie. Moviegoers reacted in crazy ways, both before and after seeing The Exorcist. Again, if this is bringing visions back to you, let us know in the comments down below, because I would love to hear your story. Now, the movie was selling out every single time it appeared in the theaters. Every time. Lines would be blocks deep. People were staying in front of the theaters overnight to make sure that they got themselves a ticket. Holy moly, that's not happening today in 2023. But people were even getting irate when they couldn't get into the theater, and if it was sold out, they would actually threaten to crash the doors if they didn't get in to see the film. So here it is. You're creating violence to go into a movie theater to get the pants scared off of you. Makes no sense, really. But there were also crazy things that happened to people while they were watching The Exorcist, the 1973 version now. This is the beginning. People were throwing up. They were fainting, trembling, and some even had heart attacks while watching the movie. This is alleged facts here. I don't know anyone that happened to, but if you do, let us know. Also, the Catholic Church, do you remember the uproar from the Catholic Church? They did not like this movie and said that it should be banned for wide audiences. They were mad. They're like, nope, this should not even be a thing. But the uprising of outrage from the church was seen as a win for the studio, because we all know that drama equals press, which equals chatter, then ultimately equals more money. And it's all about the money, right? The Exorcist series has collectively made around $441 million, but is the hype the same today as it was in 1973? Well, you know the answer to that. I mean, I guess if it was presented in a way that would make it crazy, maybe, but people hadn't seen anything like this movie in 1973, so I don't think the reaction would be the same today as it was in 1973, because again, when something is brand new, you're going to get different types of reactions. But then when it keeps getting repeated over and over again, it's not brand new anymore. So you kind of know what to expect. The Exorcist Believer is out in theaters, and the same storyline is there. But the girl who gets possessed now has a friend. Oh my gosh, ×2. And the parents hope that the person they pick to clear out the kids from the evil that has been cast upon them will get the job done. Now, I did read a few reviews about the brand new Exorcist Believer, and most of them seemed middle of the road. Like, yeah, it was good. I sat through it. I watched it. It was okay, or it was well done, or I was scared a bit. But again, baseline, middle of the road reviews. I will not be going to the theater to see The Exorcist Believer because, I don't want to be scared like that. I'm all about it. But you know what? I do think I am going to see where The Exorcist, the original one from 1973, is playing on demand. And I think I'm going to go sit one night, curl up with some popcorn, my dog and my cat, Blanky. Al's not going to watch it. He'll fall asleep. He's just not interested. And I'm going to watch it and see if I still get a reaction. I bet I will. Do you know that Linda Blair, allegedly, that was pea soup when she threw up?
It's like they go out of their way to vomit on something important.
You remember reading that? I do. So tell us in the comments down below if when you saw The Exorcist in 1973, if you did see it, if anything happened to you. Like, were you scared? Did you have nightmares for weeks? I don't know. Let us know.